Hi, good afternoon. My name is Cruz. I am 18 years old and I am a student of Tech Millennium. Today I'm going to talk about the Cold War, how it started and what it is. What was the Cold War then? This event was a post-war after World War II, mostly between the USA against the Soviet Union. The problem was that each country wanted to establish their government all over the world. Russia wanted a communist government while USA wanted a capitalism. The Cold War was around 1947 and finished in 1991 with the coup in the URSS and the fall of Berlin Wall in 1989. So what does the term Cold War mean? It is called Cold War because exactly a war never happened. And that is the interesting part. There never was a real clash against the two governments. There was just fear and tension between the countries and their people, and not only USA and Russia were affected. The neighbor countries, of course, were also suffering tension and economic problems. So what were the two economic systems back then? We have capitalism and communism. USA wanted a capitalism, so what it is? Capitalism means a type of political government that works as an economic system. This system gives you the right to have private property as a tool of economic production, like invest activity and receiving benefits of it. Now, let's talk about the economic system of Russia, the communism. It's all the opposite to capitalism. In this kind of government, you are not allowed to have private property and they don't have social classes. They don't have rich people or poor people. The only ones who have money are the governors. This kind of government born with the idealism of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Now I'm going to interview a friend of mine that knows some few facts about the Cold War. It may be interesting. Let's listen to her.
Now here we are with my friend of mine, Cruz. Now the first question is, what countries were the world leaders during this period?
United States of America and the USSR, that was Russia back then.
Now the second question is, why did countries who were allies become enemies afterwards?
I think it was because both countries won the war and of course they both wanted power and money to take. Of course the two countries wanted to rule the continent so they couldn't reach an agreement. I think that's why.
Okay. Where did the Cold War take place?
We can say it was all over the world because mostly all countries were affected economically, but the main problems were in Europe and especially in Berlin, where the Berlin Wall divided the entire German territory.
Okay. Well, now what opinion did the general public have about the Cold War?
I guess there is a shortage of information about this topic, but I think that the few people that know about the Cold War think that it's dumb because both countries had economic crises thanks to the production of weapons that they never used.
What kind of weapons did the two countries have at their power?
Both had nuclear weapons, and that was the main problem and the reason that the war never started. Both countries knew that if one of them threw a nuclear world war would start, and there isn't going to be a winner because the countries and their people were going to be destroyed.
Okay, thank you. That was all.
Thanks.
Now I'm going to say my opinion. Of course, I think the Cold War is a dumb thing. First, I think the communism is very bad. They didn't let you develop economic life. Like, for example, you could be a doctor and win the same money that I don't know, that people who clean your yard can win. So yes, I think the social classes are bad, but capitalism is always better, in my opinion. I think that's all. Thank you for listening. My name is Cruz. I am from Tech Millennium, Ciudad Juárez. Have a nice weekend.